Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our fantasy football recap for week 10. I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to another video on the Nike Sims channel. We got our fantasy football recap for week 10. Just like I said, week 10 fantasy football recap. Man, week 10 was a whole lot better than week 9 in my opinion. We got a lot of fun games, a lot of fun fantasy assets that kind of popped off or didn't show up. I'm sure we'll get into quite a few. So basically, we're just going to break down my 4 fantasy leagues and see how they all did. Get yourself something to drink. Welcome in. And let's go ahead and dive in and kind of just see how each one did. If I don't mention somebody on your team, leave a comment. Let me know, if you got somebody that you're loving this season. Jonathan Taylor, who I might not have mentioned, or somebody that you're hating this season who, I might not have mentioned. Somebody who sucks that I don't have, but I have everybody that sucks, so can't imagine who that'd be. Doesn't matter. Let me know. Please leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So this intro's gone on long enough. Let's get into the good stuff. Okay, here we are. I got the NFL Classics music going on. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted on the YouTube video here. But hey, let's go ahead and break down the 4 leagues. The first one being the main league, baby. This is the main league, dude. This is me and all the good homies been going on many years doing this. We're old vets, dude. Our fantasy league can almost drive a damn car, but I'm giving you fits on the right. Win against the Verta Joes on the left. Look at that, baby. Giving you fits, crawling out of the hole. We're now 5-5, and we got a very solid dub. Granted, Verta stinks. The type of team that makes me feel a little bit better about mine. Let's go with the breakdown here. So I am on the right. We got Drake Maye. Drake Maye doing Drake Maye things, dude. Seeing him tomorrow on Thursday Night Football live at Gillette, baby, against the Jets, dude. Can't wait. But he's been great all season. Bijan Robinson, another quiet game. Tyler Algier on my bench, taking 2 touchdowns from him. You kind of hate to see that. But Bijan, dude, he's fine. Travis Etienne, 15 points. He's been pretty solid. Solid RB2, man. One of the best RB2s you can get. And I traded him like week 1 for Terry McLaurin and been an absolute fleece. Shout out to Trev. I know you're watching this. I fleeced your ass. Next up, we got Drake London, 24 points. Dude, wide receiver 1, some are saying, dude? Nah, he got Puka and JSN. But Drake London, man, he's been cooking, dude. Zay Flowers, kind of mid, dude. Kind of mid. He hasn't scored since week 1. He might be due for a touchdown this coming week. Lamar Jackson still a little bit banged up, not practicing. We'll see how that goes. But Zay Flowers, okay, flex play. Dalton Kincaid, big game last week. Came back down to earth due to a hamstring injury, and I'm going to miss him for the next week or 2. But I got Dawson Knox off the waiver wires. I'm going to plug him in for the until Dalton Kincaid comes back. You kind of hate to see that, though, because when I had the tight end getting points, my team felt complete. But we'll see how Dawson Knox does in replacement. And then we got David Montgomery. He's all right. If he doesn't score, he's kind of mid, but if he scores, you're happy. But as a flex, I guess you could do worse. And then Wandale. I say this every week. Wandale, give me 10 to 15 points and you're doing your job, buddy. 12.2. He did his job. Browns defense, kicker. Tyler Loop. Hey, look I got a kicker that scored more than 10 points. Must be the first time this season that's happened. And then, yeah, I kind of did have some action on the bench. I mentioned Algier, a couple touchdowns, whatever, dude. Vultured them. Christian Watson might be a good play with a bunch of the wide receivers hurt over there, but I don't know. Alec Pierce, he's on bye next week, so I can't play him, but he's, like, sneaky good, actually, dude. Like, he might get played over, like, Montgomery or something. We'll see. Kyle Monungai, just a stash unless Swift gets hurt, then he's playing, and then Ravens defense stashed him because they're playing the Browns, actually, this coming week, so I'll be playing them over Cleveland defense. Now, let's go over to Joe's team. He only put up 93 points. Sam Darnold, 4.92. Yikes, you hate to see that. Saquon Barkley, he sucks this year. We'll get into that in a minute. I got him in a league. RJ Harvey, he played. This was before J.K. Dobbins got hurt. Ted McMillan, 11 points. Kind of falling off a little bit. He's on one of my teams. Roma Dunze, 20 points. Pretty much the only highlight of his team after putting up a goose egg last week. He gave him 20. Cal Pitts, gross. Sam Laporta, fine if he's in the tight end spot, I guess, but 10.3. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Marvin Harrison Jr., 14.3, not bad, but he's hurt, so he's going to be out for a while. But, it is fair to acknowledge he's got Bucky Irving on the bench here, and he did bench Woody Marks too. Dak Prescott was on bye, so I don't know. I think Big Joe's team is firmly planted in maybe the dregs, and I'm trying my best to not be down there with him. very confident win for me in the main league. All right, now let's talk about the work league, and this right here might be the most disappointing fantasy loss I may have ever had. I'm Jim Finance on the left, and I went against Unpaid Spiffs. That's my GM at work, and yeah, he beat me 161 to 160.84. 0.16 points I lost by. He had Saquon, Monday Night Football, and I woke up and I was like, I watched the highlights for the Eagles game, and the game sucked. I was like, dude, Saquon may have scored less than 13 points. Open up the app, see this, and I'm like, bruh. Right when I thought my team was back, I score 160 points and lose, and then I got some dude at work's got the gall to be like, dude, you gotta trade me Gibbs. I'm gonna give you Brian Thomas Jr. and Quinshawn Junkins, dude. Your team will be better. Your team sucks. You need help. I put up 160, dude. 160, and I still lost, dude. That's just me venting for a second. But, you know, Josh Allen did his thing. Travis Etienne. Jahmyr Gibbs popped off. Juwan Jennings, I got a great start out of him. Ted McMillan kind of sucks. Jordan Addison kind of sucks. Oronde Gaskin got hurt. That's the biggest reason I lost, man. He didn't get hurt. I would have won because I got Trey McBride, 27 points. 15 for my kicker, 5 from my defense. Oh, man, I sat Jameson Williams, though. And then, obviously, he had Goff, Saquon, Alvin Kamara, Drake London. Ladd McConkey went off on Sunday Night Football. Wandale, Jake Bates. Houston defense with the fumble recovery touchdown to end the, like, this loss hurts, man. This loss hurts. And I've had some painful fantasy losses this year, but this one might have knocked me out of playoffs because I'm 4-6 now. Tough to be Jimmy Finance, man. Tough to be Jimmy Finance. All right, well, next let's go into the random league. Basically, the story with this league is I only know one person. I'm the random in it. Nobody knows me, but they do know me as the reigning champion. But as you can see, I am Beantown Bullies on the left, and I am on an L5. Oh, L5 hurts so bad. 111 to 137. This guy, we had the same record, and he comes up on top. And you can see, man, my team, I had Saquon Barkley. This is only a half-point PPR, so only 11.6. But look at this guy's running backs, dude. He got Gibbs and A-Chain putting up almost 80 points combined, dude. Meanwhile, I had Kyron Williams, couple touchdowns. We'll take that. Nico Collins and Emeka Egbuka doing their part. AJ Brown, bum, dude. Fucking bum. This guy sucks. He literally tweeted, if you have me in fantasy, get rid of me. That guy sucks. I can't even, I don't know. Do I bench him for like Jameson Williams next week? Do I bench him for Juwan Jennings? I don't know, dude. He literally sucks, but of course, as soon as I bench him, he's going to get a whole bunch of points, but I don't know. The Eagles got something wrong. They won 10-7. That game sucked. And again, Oronde Gaston, I played him in 2 leagues and he gets hurt. It just absolutely sucks to see. You know, this guy over here, he had Romeo Doubs, got hurt at 1 point. Drake Maye, I love Drake Maye. Had to go against him. Baker did fine. That was a good game. Baker versus Drake Maye, that Tampa Pats game. That was a fun game. Jalen Warren didn't really do much. He had a sick hurdle. Zay Flowers didn't do much. Laporta, you know, it really just came down to his running backs just popping the fuck off. And meanwhile, my guy, AJ Brown, is supposed to be like my best wide receiver, is just absolutely trash. So I've been saying it for weeks. This team's in the gutters. If I sneak into playoffs and get into the dance, it'll be a miracle. But this might be the worst team in the league. And as the reigning champ, I might go from first to worst. So that's where I'm at with this league. And just trash. Absolute trash. But last but not least, we've got the shit show, baby. Let's go. Give it up for the shit show. Now, I'm shit show Simi on the right. Went against team Nayus Can't Leave. Don't really know who this guy is. He's random. But, man, if you don't know about the shit show, bro, you gonna learn today, man. This is a 20-man league. There's 20 teams in this league. And look at these lineups, baby. Quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, a flex, defensive tackle, defensive end, 2 linebackers, a quarterback, a safety, a defensive back, a kicker, a punter, and a head coach. Man, what happened to the music? There we go. We got the music back up. But yeah, man, as you can see, if you've been keeping up with the series, you know that my shit show team has been historically bad. But look at this. We got a dub this week, won by 10 points. And I'm on the right shit show simi. And this is the epitome in the shit show, dude. Look at these first 3 players. Marcus Mariota, Sean Tucker, and Devin Singletary. In full transparency, these points totals, 18, 6, and 10 is like the best I've gotten out of those 3 in like a long time. Devin Singletary is like the best running back I've had all season. But of course, yeah, I got Amon-Ra, Wandale. Hunter Henry didn't do much. Parker Robinson's been a great pickup. And then I picked up Calais Campbell. He's been great at the defensive tackle. Van Gink over at defensive end. Blake Cashman. You know, all this. AJ Cole on Thursday Night Football was so funny. I was going against Cortland Sutton and Evan Ingram, and my punter outscored both of those guys. I thought that was really funny. So, you know, the shit show's a shit show. I benched Nick Bonino. He's been not really too good. Like, in real football, he's great, but in the shit show, he hasn't been putting up a lot of points. Put up 18 points. I knew he was going to, too, but 11 from Van Gink at the defensive end position is not bad. And just to give, like, some props over here, I mean, he had Kyron Williams. That's good. Rashad White didn't really do too much. His wide receivers kind of stink in the bed. Khalil Shakir's pretty good flex. And then, yeah, he just didn't get any, like, 30-point dogs from his defensive players. The best I got was Blake Cashman, 19.5. And he had a linebacker, Tatum Bethune, putting up 16.5. So, and he had Josh Allen, I guess, our quarterback. But Josh Allen only scored 1 more point than Marcus Mariota. So, yeesh, yikes. But, yeah, man, shit show team, up to 4-6. Do I have any hope for the season? No. No, not at all. My team's trash. But hey, just like I say every week, I'm going to keep playing and keep trying to put out the best lineup I can. And if I win, I win. And if I don't, I don't. So that's all it comes down to. So, yeah, that was the breakdown. Basically, I'm feeling the best about the main league here, giving you fits, 5-5. I'm hunting for the playoff spot. I guess we're getting to the time of year where I can start looking at the fantasy playoff picture. So if we look at standings, I'm in the DW Pizza, and we have one of the most competitive divisions. I'm 5-5, but I'm in last place. But this coming week, I'm playing against the Timmy Tonys, and if I beat him, I'll tie him, and I would have beaten him twice this season, so I'd have the tiebreaker over him, putting me above him in the playoff race. So this coming week is very, very important, so stay tuned to find out if Giving You Fits beats the Timmy Tonys in what could be a playoff game in week 11, man. Week 11 playoff game. As for the rest, I'm not really concerned about the playoff pictures. It's really just coming down to the main league, which is great because usually around this time of year in the main league, I've already been like eliminated. So being in the hunt this late in the season is very, very exciting. So I'm looking forward to beating the Timmy Tonys next week. I guess let's do a little bit of a projections here. So I'm projected to beat him 136 to 128 at this time, and here's the matchup. So we'll go down Drake Maye versus Josh Allen. That's tough. Drake Maye's QB1, so I got to go with my dog. Bijan Robinson against Carolina and Jahmyr Gibbs versus Philly. I don't know, man. I got to go Bijan just with the matchup. Travis Etienne versus DeAndre Swift. Dude, if DeAndre Swift is out, that's huge for me because then I could play Menungai and he'd be out of Swift. Whew. That'd be huge. He's questionable at this time. Drake London. Give me Etienne, though. Drake London over Depot. London. Easy. Zay Flowers over Quentin Johnston. Zay Flowers. Dawson Knox versus Zach Ertz. Give me Zach Ertz. He's a little bit more consistent. David Montgomery versus BTJ. BTJ sucked this year. But I'd probably take him over Monty just because Monty is going to surrender a lot to Jahmyr Gibbs. But if Monty vultures a couple touchdowns from Gibbs, I'm sitting pretty. And then Wandale versus Rashad White. Kind of a wash. Full PPR, give me Wandale. And then the defenses, give me the defense and the kicker. I don't care about the kickers. But maybe Tyler Loop scores more points than Kaimi Barons. So that's what we're looking like, man. And let's just hope that I get the dub, baby. I'm going to leave it at that. Do the outro. Okay, so there it is. That's the Week 10 recap for all you guys that have been paying attention. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. If you enjoy the content, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to hear about how your fantasies teams are going. Shout out to my sweet little sausage. Whatever the fuck that comment was last week. That was crazy. But anyways, I hope you're having fun playing fantasy football this season. This year has been pretty fun. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. But no matter what, we're gonna just keep on moving forward. There was a pretty tough weeks for me a couple weeks ago, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I think my team can make some noise in the main league and the other leagues. Whatever. Fuck them, dude. All I care about is the main league, dude. We gotta win in the main league. The Timmy Tonys are going down next week, Timmy. You're going down next week, Timmy, if you're watching this. You're going down next week, Timmy.